Hi, welcome to 201 The Glaze. I'm Corey and I am your host. And today, in our first episode, we are going to talk about Eastern Kentucky and we are going to talk about contractors in Eastern Kentucky and the kind of help people can get in this area. Because there are a lot of bad people. And the problem is that people are not warned. And you really should be here. So, when we had a bad ice storm in February, we had a lot of damage done. About $60,000 worth of damage. And that's a lot. I found a contractor after calling numerous contractors. And they were all telling me they couldn't come till like June. Well, we got 3 kids in this house. I can't wait till June for things to get fixed. So I found a contractor. It was referred to me. They came out. They did their estimate. It's called Precision Contracting Plus. It's out of Chesapeake, Ohio. The owner's name is Olivaro Jamie. Even though you think it'd be opposite, Jamie Olivaro, it's not. This gentleman came out. We did the contract, $60,000 worth of work, like I said. So, a contractor, from what I understood, and never having a home claim before, they ask for so much down, materials, blah, blah, blah. So he asked for half of it down. So we got him half of his money. Now this man took this money and disappeared off the face of the earth. Like, he would text me sometimes, but he would never truly answer me. And when I started trying to ask him to nail down dates for things, because he kept saying, oh, it's on order, it's on order, it's on order. But it's not. And then when I finally it all broke down. Like, this guy had basically drugged it up with that money. And I'm putting this out here as a warning because this man, he had no regard. He didn't care that I have 3 kids. He didn't care how important my house is to me. I mean, that's it. And unfortunately, because I'm a woman, that apparently factors into it big too, which I don't really understand. That's a whole other conversation. So, $28,000 this man took off with. After filing a police report, and now this man has been indicted by the grand jury. We'll see what happens with that. We had hired another contractor. Another one that was recommended. Actually, he was recommended, if anyone lives around Grayson, Kentucky, he was recommended by... the Mennonite gentleman who does the plumbing around here recommended his boss. And his boss is Joe Nunley. And then Joe Nunley said, well, let me call my employee. His name is Mike Burton. I said, okay. And I am bawling at this point, crying, because all this other stuff has happened with this contractor. And listen, I know you're not supposed to show weakness, but, it's hard to deal with. So this man came out. Once again, we went through the whole process. It seemed at first he did great. He did wonderful. He was doing exactly what we needed him to do. And then he had to go for a surgery, which he told us he wasn't even going to go to. Well, he ended up doing the surgery, which we understood. And this gentleman took all of our materials, everything we ordered. He took it to his home because he insisted on picking it up, even though we told him we could. And now is withholding it from us, asking for additional money after we have paid this man more than generous than what he has done. We have also, what we pay an hour, when you have a big job, you're not going to pay somebody an hour. You're going to pay it in all one lump sum. And now he's trying to charge like $75 an hour. He had like his god kid here kicking it, which he's an older gentleman. I got it. His goddaughter was here for the summer. Cool. You know what I mean? You want to bring your goddaughter to work with you? Cool. Did she work like you did? Hell no. And I'm not paying some child $75 an hour when you sat on your butt on your phone watching your godfather do what he was doing. So now we're in a position where this gentleman is wanting like $1,400 from me. $1,400. and will not give us our things. I asked for an itemized receipt, and once again, choked. He was fine until I asked and started asking hard questions like, hey, you got an itemized receipt? I need that. It's really, really important for the insurance company. And before anyone says anything, yes, I did. I explained to him that everything that was spent, I needed itemized receipts for in a document. He kept saying, oh, I'm going to bring it. My boss has it. My boss has it, which is Joe Nunley. So I called Joe Nunley and I was like, look, this gentleman, he has my things. I don't understand what's going on. He won't talk to me. He's being erratic. His behavior is erratic. It's insane. He said, I'll go get your things for you. I said, thank you. I really appreciate that. And I did. I thanked him like 1,000 times. Okay? And all of a sudden, he's like, well, you're going to have to come up with some solution with Mike. Otherwise, I'm not getting you your things. Well, first of all, you're his boss. He has represented this job the whole time under you. No one else. He was your employee. Everything he did, he checked with you. You won't even come out and see what little work he did. Nothing. I could send you a video. You won't even accept that. And then when I did try to talk to Mike, which was his suggestion, his boss's, I said, okay. I called him and decided I was going to be an adult. I left a message. I was like, look, this itemized receipt, which, by the way, he wrote on an envelope. If that sounds real professional to you, that's really not. Like, no listing of what the items were, how much they cost, where they were from. Nothing. Not a thing. It was wrote on an envelope. Okay? So we went ahead and I told his boss, I said, I'm not paying him this. And he said, well, you have to come up with something, otherwise nothing I can do. I tried to contact Mike. He just basically cussed me and said, well, I'll see you in court. It's like, what is going on here? So if you live in this part of the country, Precision Contracting Plus out of Chesapeake, Ohio, no. This Joe Nunley guy, no. This Mike Burton guy, save yourselves the trouble. Save yourselves the money and the frustration and the anger you are going to feel. Because this is absolutely ridiculous. And it kills me that these people have no conscience. And it doesn't matter who you call. Precision Contracting Plus, I call the Ohio Attorney General. After months, like a month and a half, they finally sent me something back saying, oh, you might want to consider getting a lawyer. They hadn't even placed a phone call to him. They said they had sent a letter. And it was like months. It's like we haven't gotten any further than a letter. So they're really of no help to you. And what they're doing in the Attorney General's office for Ohio as far as this part of things go in consumer affairs, I have no clue. Because it doesn't seem like much. I'll just be honest with you. The only one who's done anything in as far as any of this goes seems to be the state trooper I was working with. And he is the one who pushed it through the grand jury. So we'll see what happens. But I don't know what else you're supposed to do. And maybe you can leave it in the comment section below of what else you're supposed to do. But every time I get one of these people, I do check them on Facebook, Google, Better Business Bureau. And it always comes back good. Always. And then they do stuff like this. So what else can you do? Who else can you call? Because at this point, there's not much money left and a ton of work that needs to be done. So there's got to be something somewhere in here that can give. This is insane that these people get away with it. It amazes me how messed up our justice system really, really is. Like, I have a girlfriend who lives in Eastern Kentucky, and it took over a year for the cops to file charges on someone who actually, honestly, physically hurt her. It doesn't even make sense. Like, the rules here, the Commonwealth, whatever you want to call it, It's insanity. And I wish somebody would explain it to me, and explain it to me when things are so blatantly wrong. Why? Why is it taking forever? Why is everything taking forever? Why is there not more of a system for these people? I can't be the only person in Eastern Kentucky who's gotten screwed by a contractor. There's got to be someone out there who knows something about this or knows what to do to resolve this problem, because now I'm stuck at a point where I've got problems and no money because these people took me. So I'm trying to send this out as a warning, and I'm sending it out as a warning, and I'm also sending it out as, like, I guess a complaint, and just letting myself vent, because listen, I'm so angry at all this, and I don't understand. I just don't. I don't understand it. You know, I know this is my very first YouTube video, and you guys don't know who I am or anything like that, but, like, I do everything for my kids. People pull up in my driveway all the time who I don't even know and will tell me they need food. I've come home from a grocery store, literally transferred groceries from one car to another. Clothes, school supplies. I got it. 2 years ago, I gave somebody a car that was sitting in my driveway. They were walking. I live way, 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 way out in the country. Like, it's very rural. And they were walking all the way to Grayson, which it's about 15 miles. So that's a long walk every single day, especially when you're doing that every single day with a 7-year-old kid. Imagine. And I had an old car in my driveway. And listen, I know they didn't have money. I said, listen, as long as you just pay me something. And the gentleman broke into my house. Like, I'm having a really hard time dealing with humanity, people, period. I don't get it. I don't get the selfishness. I don't get how you can lay your head down at night when you've done this to people. So, and like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one, at least with the precision, who's had this problem. So, like I said, if you've got any advice on how to find a contractor who's not crabby, please let me know below. I would really, really appreciate it. Also, I will leave the name of these companies in my description box. Hopefully that'll help you. But just so you remember, Precision Contracting Plus out of Chesapeake, Ohio. And then we have the gentleman who referred me to Mike Nunley, Joe Nunley, I apologize, and Mike Burton. So please protect yourself. Hopefully this helps you, helps everybody. So other than that, I hope everyone has a good day and everything works out well for people. God bless everyone. Make good choices. Say good things to people. Be nice to each other.